And then when Cardi was talking about how she had to check somebody at that it was something to do with Vanity Fair again. Cardi and Vanity Fair, gotta love her. Apparently it was Saweetie she checked. And then Saweetie was under Cardi B's post on IG, you know, hyping her up. Meanwhile, she had slept with Cardi's husband.
So it's been confirmed that Saweetie was fucking with Offset when Offset and Cardi B was married. I remember when Saweetie first came out, everyone was saying how Saweetie was a girl's girl.
Looks like Cardi B just set off a whole explosion. This one went straight nuclear. A leaked tape suddenly popped up and now Saweetie's name is caught in the crossfire. She's swimming in chaos and slapping down a $50 million lawsuit. Talk about a money grab move. This mess is wild and it's only getting messier. Rumors about Offset and Saweetie messing around while Cardi was pregnant have been floating since back in 2021. People pointed at PVO's messy lyrics, stirring the pot like crazy. But Cardi wasn't having it. She clapped back fast, saying loud and clear, "I know what's going on in my house," shutting down the talk as crazy lies with zero receipts. But here's where it blows up again. Joe Budden just dragged the saga back to life on his podcast. Offset didn't just deny cheating, he came out swinging, basically saying anybody thinking otherwise was flat out wrong. Then DJ Academics jumped in, dropping names like Ari Fletcher and even Christian Rock, making the scandal explode even harder. Now Ari ain't letting it slide. She's hitting him with a massive $50 million lawsuit, claiming defamation and emotional damage.
Offset fucked Krishan, Ari, Saweetie, 10 bitches from Starlets. Offset had chicks randomly just popping up to like the worst. There's two more names too I don't even want to mention because when I heard them names I was flabbergasted.
Nobody saw that twist coming, but when money slows down, lawsuits start flying. The lawsuits keep piling up and Saweetie's been low-key quiet, but now it looks like she's chasing that bag hard. Before that $50 million bombshell even lit up the internet, her name was already a permanent fixture in hip-hop gossip since late 2021, and not for just any rumor. This one was painted as straight-up family betrayal. Back then, Saweetie had just split from Quavo after 2 years of flashy romance, Bentleys, Birkin bags, iced out gifts, all the Instagram fairy tales, but things went dark fast. In March 2021, TMZ dropped that infamous elevator clip of them tussling over a Call of Duty case. Yeah, a video game case. That footage alone made their breakup messy. But what came next? Straight nuclear.
It's how can I say this?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I had a question. It's like the unseasoned version. You know what I mean, like.
The street started whispering that Saweetie hooked up with Offset while he was married to Cardi B. The wild claim came from some so-called industry insider. No pictures, no text, no hotel receipts, just pure chaos. But since Offset already had a cheating history, remember Cardi even filed for divorce in 2020 before taking him back, people ate the rumor up like it was fact. It spread faster than Offset could drop a feature. Then October 2022 hit, and Quavo dropped a lyrical bomb with Takeoff on their joint album Only Built for Infinity Links. On track 4, Messy, Quavo spit, "F my dog behind my back, but I ain't stressing not at all. You wanted the gang, you should have said it, we would have blessed it." That bar made the whole thing explode again, turning a shady rumor into a full-blown hip-hop soap opera.
Meanwhile, you fucking all these bitches in the industry having these just laugh at Cardi behind her fucking back.
That one single bar was all the internet needed to go wild. My dog, plus the gang, had fans convinced it was Offset, and the conspiracy theories took off like wildfire.
Like, that's what that's giving, bitch. And that's...
Even though some later tried to brush it off as people overthinking, the seed was already planted. Not long after, the Migos split up, with Quavo dropping hints in interviews about broken loyalty. By 2023, the rumor had cooled down a little, until Offset poured gasoline on the fire with the Joe Budden interview, and DJ Academics turned it into a full-on explosion. Academics hit Twitch after Offset's podcast moment and lost it. His exact words were, "Offset fucked Christian, Ari Fletcher, Jade, and dancers from Starlets." He claimed Offset was messing with women who were literally leaving "I love you queen" comments under Cardi's Instagram posts. He even went as far as saying some of them were Cardi's own friends. That's the level of messy we're talking about here. Now, Cardi's been down this road before. Remember when Selena Powell claimed she was pregnant with Offset's baby? Cardi went into full denial mode, but later admitted she learned not to feed lies with attention. In her own words, people gonna make you worse, so this time she stayed quiet, at least in public, while academics ranted on. But fans were convinced she wasn't just sitting around. Behind the scenes, people believe Cardi was gathering receipts, stacking proof in silence. And that's exactly what leads us to the alleged leaked tape, because insiders started whispering heavy. If this leak is real, then trust it wasn't some random accident. It screams revenge, cold and calculated, like a move designed to burn bridges so deep that no apology could ever patch them up. After academics tossed Offset's smashed Saweetie list back into the gossip bloodstream, this whole drama could have faded as just another internet storm. But instead, it exploded into a raging wildfire because the video allegedly surfaced. Now, I gotta be careful here because YouTube ain't about to let everything fly. But word on the street from multiple industry insiders is that Cardi B herself allegedly leaked what's now being called the naughty tape. And who's rumored to be starring in it? Offset and Saweetie. If these whispers are true, then Cardi didn't just leak it out of spite, she allegedly had a double play in mind. Humiliate Offset after years of messy public fights and take a direct hit at Saweetie's good girl image right before her next album rollout, Ruthless. But Saweetie ain't just sitting back, she's not firing off cryptic tweets, she's allegedly hitting back with legal smoke. Reports say she's filing a $50 million lawsuit against Offset and Cardi for defamation, emotional distress, and what her team is calling a calculated career sabotage. That's heavyweight court drama right there. And just when you think the chaos couldn't get bigger, Blueface jumped on X, stirring it up even more, claiming Chrisean Rock also hooked up with Offset, and not just one time. This scandal just refuses to die down. This wasn't even fresh tea. Blueface had hinted at it months ago during that messy baby daddy drama, but now, dropping it right when the Saweetie leak started trending gave him exactly what he wanted, a full-blown crossover scandal. Fans are split down the middle. Some say Cardi leaking a tape would be way too wild, even for her, and legally risky. Others swear it fits her style perfectly, because when Cardi feels betrayed, she doesn't clap back light, she goes nuclear. And don't forget, this ain't her first courtroom brawl. Back in 2022, Cardi snatched nearly $4 million from blogger Tasha K in a defamation win, proving she's not scared to fight dirty in court when cornered. So when news broke that Saweetie was allegedly filing a $50 million lawsuit, gossip blogs lit up instantly. And whose name shot up right alongside hers? Quavo. But it wasn't just because of that messy lyric. Insiders are saying Quavo could actually get called in to testify if this lawsuit moves forward. Imagine the drama. Saweetie's ex-boyfriend dragged into court, forced to speak on rumors he once fueled himself. On paper, Quavo ain't tied to the leak directly, but he's the one who had a front row seat when the whole saga first caught fire. And the industry whispers say that could make him a dangerous wildcard witness. Quavo's been holding on to ammo, screenshots, group chat receipts, and even text messages that back up his suspicions from way back in 2021. He believed Offset and Saweetie hooked up while she was still with him, and he's never let that go. If he ends up on the witness stand, don't expect him to protect Offset just because they once called each other cousins. That trust has been dead for years. But here's where it gets even messier. Saweetie's legal team is allegedly exploring whether they can also drag DJ Academics into the lawsuit for defamatory amplification. That's a new twist. Basically, they're claiming his nonstop public rants helped cement a false narrative that damaged her entire brand. And honestly, this wouldn't be the first time Academics' mouth got him into legal heat. Remember his back and forth with Megan Thee Stallion during the Tory Lanez trial? He was spilling so much so-called exclusive info that her lawyers had to hit him with a cease and desist. Meanwhile, Offset hasn't exactly been playing it cool. On the Joe Budden podcast, he couldn't resist throwing shade at Cardi's new romance with NFL star Stefon Diggs, saying, "None of my exes upgraded after me." Fans instantly tore him apart for that comment, especially with the tape leak scandal freshly resurfacing. And now insiders say if Saweetie's $50 million lawsuit gains traction, that very soundbite could be replayed in court as proof of malice and ongoing hostility. Imagine that. His own words turned into evidence against him. Here's the real kicker. Legal insiders are whispering that if this case actually goes to trial, the witness list could drag in everyone from Blueface to Chrisean Rock, maybe even Lil Baby's current girlfriend. Imagine that. This thing could read like the lineup for Rolling Loud, but instead of a music festival, it's a courtroom stage packed with messy testimonies, leaked receipts, and career-shaking confessions. If Saweetie's $50 million lawsuit makes it all the way to trial, it won't just be Cardi and Offset sweating in that hot seat. It could turn into a legal circus with the entire hip-hop world watching. From what's already leaked, Saweetie's legal team is building their case on 3 major pillars. First, defamation, claiming the alleged leak painted her in a false light and wrecked her brand image right when she was in talks for big endorsement deals. Second, intentional infliction of emotional distress, arguing the leak wasn't just messy, but designed to humiliate her on purpose. Third, economic damage, pointing to canceled contracts, lost performances, and millions in potential revenue down the drain. And get this, her team has reportedly already submitted early discovery requests for digital forensic evidence. That means they're hunting down IP addresses, email metadata, and even cloud storage logs to prove where the leak came from, and all fingers allegedly are pointing at Cardi. Whispers are now saying Offset himself could have been tied to the leak. Industry insiders claim Saweetie's lawyers are holding private messages between her and Offset. Messages that could prove intimacy actually happened, something Offset has never admitted in public. And if those texts are authenticated in court, it wouldn't just confirm years of speculation, it would also hand Saweetie's team the perfect motive to argue that Cardi leaked the tape out of pure retaliation. But the possible witness list, that's where this gets insane. Subpoenas could go out to Quavo for everything he knows about the original rumor and whatever receipts he's been sitting on. DJ Academics could be forced to testify for allegedly amplifying false claims. Blueface and Chrisean Rock might even get dragged in for their messy public statements about Offset's behavior. If that witness lineup hits the courtroom, this trial could end up having as much entertainment value as it does legal weight. Straight up reality TV inside a courthouse. And the stakes couldn't be higher. If forensic evidence ties Cardi to the leak, she could be staring down both civil and criminal penalties. In California, non-consensual distribution of intimate images is a crime that can even carry jail time. Even if the criminal side doesn't stick, a $50 million civil judgment could financially crush her, especially since she's already chasing down payments from Tasha K, who still hasn't coughed up that $4 million. Offset's in just as much danger. His entire brand could be dragged through the mud. Labels hate scandals that smell like lawsuits, and if endorsements start vanishing, his money stream could dry up fast. This isn't just tabloid gossip anymore, or it's the kind of courtroom drama that could end careers overnight. A new twist just dropped. Rumors say the tape might not have come straight from Cardi's phone at all, but from someone inside her own camp. That flips the whole scandal into a betrayal story on top of revenge. According to whispers, a former assistant has been quietly telling folks in NYC that they once handled Cardi's private files, including intimate clips, and somehow one of those files slipped into the wrong hands. What's murky is whether that assistant was fired, left on bad terms, or just chasing clout. But if the story checks out, it drags Cardi's whole team into the mess. Saweetie's lawyers could subpoena her staff, and even if Cardi didn't press send, she could still be liable for possession of the file. Now fans are split. Some think Cardi trusted the wrong team member who went rogue for money, while others believe this is just a cover-up, and Cardi herself pulled the strings but now needs a fall person to dodge the legal fire. Offset's silence on the assistant angle is loud. No denial, no jokes, nothing. That quiet is fueling the belief he either knows it's true or doesn't want to pour more gas on a burning building. But here's the twist. If Saweetie's team proves someone in Cardi's circle had access to that file and shared it even without her direct order, it still boosts their case. Under California law, even negligent distribution counts if you didn't protect the material properly. And now comes the real bomb. Rumors say a middleman celebrity may have passed the clip to gossip blogs. If that name drops in court, this could turn into one of the biggest betrayals of the decade. Word on the street, the tape might have gone from Cardi's camp to an industry friend, someone cool with both Cardi and Saweetie, who allegedly played courier. Online detectives have already narrowed it down to 2 suspects, a female rapper who shared festival lineups with both women this past year, or a fashion influencer deep in both their PR circles, known for leaking private celebrity dirt for blog money. If either one is unmasked, this scandal won't just shake careers, it'll blow up the whole industry's trust. If Saweetie's lawyers prove a third party leaked the clip, they can still pin it back on Cardi by showing she was the original source. That would kill any defense of "I never sent it," because her circle doing it for her still counts. And this is where the conspiracy theories explode. Some fans believe the so-called middleman was actually working to pit Cardi and Saweetie against each other, weakening both their brands at the same time. Why? Because Saweetie's been on the edge of a big label push and Cardi's gearing up for her album cycle. What better way to sabotage than drag them into the same scandal? Fans even point fingers at rap rivals who've stayed suspiciously quiet. So while the lawsuit is technically about a leak and defamation, it could turn into a stage for old grudges and hidden rivalries to spill under oath. One thing's clear, this $50 million case isn't just about money, it's about survival of reputations. For Cardi and Offset, this is pure nightmare mode. Cardi's already waiting on that multi-million-dollar judgment from the Tasha K case, and Offset's solo career is still shaky after Migos. And now their names are back in headlines for all the wrong reasons. If they settle, the truth might stay buried, just like that first 2021 rumor. But if this hits trial, best believe we'll see text messages, DMs, and witness testimony so wild, it'll make messy sound like a nursery rhyme. And if that so-called middleman gets exposed in open court, the internet won't survive the meltdown. The real question now, will Cardi's own circle flip on her? Will Offset throw Cardi under the bus to save himself? And will Quavo finally confirm the cheating rumor that sparked this whole saga? Because if even one of those dominoes falls, this won't just be another scandal. It'll be a career-ending chain reaction. But I gotta know what you think. Did Cardi really leak those tapes on purpose? Or was this a setup from the inside, with someone in the industry pulling strings to keep both Cardi and Saweetie tangled in chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this case is still unfolding and the drama's only getting messier by the day. And trust me, the next chapter in this saga is coming, and it's gonna be even wilder. So make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to share this with your friends. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a single twist in this roller coaster. I'll see you in the next one.